wow. Just wow. This may be one of the hardest scripts for a video I'll ever have to write, because Avengers Endgame left me absolutely speechless. I don't think I've ever seen a film as massive, epic, or heart-pounding as this. Everyone said it already. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it was everything I love about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a genuine masterpiece. And they're right, and I really can't emphasize that enough. Now, the movie just came out, so there's a chance that some of you watching this haven't seen it yet. That said, I can assure you that this will be completely spoiler-free. There might be some light details here and there, but I promise not to give anything major away. I assume you know how Infinity War ended by now, with the snap and everything. So after Thanos wiped out half of the universe's population, it's up to the Avengers to find a way to bring everyone back. And without giving anything away, the rest of the time is literally just character building and fan service, but it's spaced out very evenly. The first act is primarily character-driven. We see the Avengers dealing with the aftermath of Infinity War and how it's affected them. The second act is where it starts getting a little more Marvel-y, with some plot elements introduced that don't entirely make sense, but you really don't care. And the third act is straight-up fan service, and I wouldn't have it any other way. By the way, a little off topic, but after you watch this video, go look up Thanos on Google. Trust me, it's amazing. This entire film is chock full of surprises, and the fan service is off the chart. If I told you even just a fraction of the things that happen, there's no way you would believe me. But it's true. There's one moment in particular where I could literally see audience members screaming and jumping out of their seats. And the climax, a solid half hour of non-stop superhero goodness. Flawless. Totally flawless. It doesn't always seem logical, but for people who've dedicated years of their lives to this franchise, it's incredibly well-deserved. And I don't usually cry watching movies, but the very last scene of the film genuinely made me sob. It was just how I wanted it to end, and it was overwhelmingly beautiful. The only thing I found somewhat disappointing with this movie was how it handled the Hulk, and I'll try not to go into too much detail here. So Thor Ragnarok established a character arc for Bruce Banner that continued through Infinity War and up to here. I found it really interesting and was looking forward to seeing how it played out in this movie, but it ends up happening pretty much off screen, so it didn't feel like there was a definitive conclusion there. But ultimately, we have to look at this movie for what it is, a conclusion to a 22-film-long saga that serves as the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. Avengers Endgame is every definition of the word satisfying. Truthfully, it is. Everything you wanted to see, and everything you didn't know you wanted to see, is here. And it's rewarding to anyone who's seen all the movies or read all the comics or even watched one of the TV shows. And even though it's a whopping 3 hours long, it honestly never felt like it. It really never drags. It might not be entirely perfect for some, however. There are a few parts that I'm sure could make a small group of people either very confused or very upset. And this isn't much of a spoiler, but the way the Avengers get the Infinity Stones will no doubt raise a bunch of questions. But what the Russo brothers, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, and most importantly Kevin Feige managed to do with this film and the MCU in general, taking this world that Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, and Stan Lee created, and perfectly bringing those comic book sensibilities to the big screen, makes for one of the most astounding, groundbreaking achievements in cinema history. So, yes, you should definitely go see this movie. There's really nothing else I can say that other people haven't said already, and whatever I could say would lead us into spoiler territory, unless you want to see a spoiler-heavy version of this video, so go check it out and relish every minute of it. But remember to bring tissues. I did not bring tissues. Don't make the same mistake I did. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and a very special shout out to this week's superstar supporter, Henry Newman. I really appreciate your help, dude. It means the world to me. If you want to help support my channel and get your name listed at the end of my videos, then please consider supporting me on Patreon. Thanks again for watching, and with that said, this is Mark bidding you all a smashing farewell. Take care.